is coming out of the pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder. Wow, really impressive.
Swinging a foul straight back. Kelly measures 6'2" inches, 36 years old, and they signed a trade plan last season. Swinging on the ground ball to short. Zips it up. And a quick out the wall. Termarr Johnson, the next Pirate today. And a pitch. On the ground right side. Fires to second. And two. Up the play.
3-6-1
And we're back out of the fourth. Stepping in, the sluggy shortstop, wrist. On the ground, getting close. We haven't seen a break in the weather, and umpires may wish to make a decision.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, everyone will get in one break. You're going to stop playing.
So maybe combination starts to the inning.
As I entered the building, I heard him get on the elevator. He must have heard me enter the building as well, but he didn't bother to hold the lift for me. No big deal, I'll just wait for it to come back down. The elevator stopped on the 4th floor, and I noticed it stayed at the 4th floor for a lot longer than it normally should, almost like it was stuck. After a moment, it started moving, except instead of going down to me, it was going up and stopped on the 5th floor. Again, it was stopping for an unusually long time. It was at this point I realized that the courier was simply holding up the elevator doors of his trolley.
Like he should have looked at it. It's composure right there. Found a way to come back with another good pitch to get him to swing and miss.
Kicks and fires. Got it, swinging for the strikeout. Couldn't catch up to the heater.
They couldn't close, meaning the elevator wouldn't stop. Annoyed because I had a heavy bag of shopping, I live on the 7th floor and we only have one elevator. I was even more incensed when I saw the elevator carry on going further up and holding at other floors. At this point, I'd been waiting for a good couple of minutes. So, I decided to take the stairs to the 7th floor. However, I ran as fast as I could. Why? Because the elevator was coming down to the 16th floor.
He's in a tough spot, had to make a great pitch, did it, got the strikeout, gets out of the jam. Clearly, he's happy with those results.
No outs, runner at first. Termarr Johnson, the next Pirate to hit.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
On my way to the 7th floor, I pressed for the elevator on each floor I passed. If he enjoyed holding up the lift so much, he could spend extra time in it on the way down. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm as lazy as glass. I know what's feeling the pain in my thighs from my stairmaster challenge, but it felt worth it. I waited in the stairwell and listened to the elevator stop on my floor. Doors open, doors closed. An entitled Karen falsely accuses me and my coworker of stealing her purse, forcing security to hold all of us behind at the restaurant as they search through security footage to figure out who did it. And the entire time the investigation was underway, this this entitled Karen kept taunting us, claiming that we were going to go to jail and she was going to sue the restaurant. Here's what happened. So back in 2014, I was a bag waiter on a cruise ship in Hawaii. The ship was in port on a northern island, and my front waiter, who we will call Phil, that's not his real name, as well as myself, were working.
I want to pay attention. It's bored. I got it.
Back here at PNC Park. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. And stepping in for the Yankees, Rister.
So easy to look at the big boys in this lineup, but he has been a pleasant surprise all season long.
Kelly back to work. And that one fouled off.
When a guy's throwing a lot of first pitch strikes as a hitter, you're ready to hit. Now, that's not going to help you get deep into his pitch count and into bullpen, but you got to take what he's offering that day.
Fires across the diamond. Leadoff man retired in the 6th. First and second, 2 outs. Termarr Johnson, the next pirate to hit. Bounced out to short. Rister zips into first, and that's the end of the inning. Pirates strand a couple, but they hold a 1-0 lead. Back here in Pittsburgh, all set to start the ninth in this one. And now it's going to be Colton Rister. Kelly back to work. And a foul ball. The Yankees looking to rally. The 0-1. Dives and he can't hang on. No throw, and the defense comes away with nothing.
Now batting, the left fielder, Taylor Ward.
Now the left fielder, Taylor Ward.
When you're taking your lead over there at first, you got to be very careful. This guy on the mound's got a good pickoff move.
Here's a 1-2. There goes the runner. That one the other way. Makes the catch.
Really, dude? I thought I could freaking. It took too early.
First game of 3 game series. It's just such a feeling. You're in your own ballpark. You're sleeping in your own bed. You're eating your clubhouse manager's food. Everything's right in your world. And they played like it today.
Here now is our final line for tonight. For the victorious Pirates, 3 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors. They left 20 runners on base. For the Yankees, no runs, 8 hits, 1 error. They left 14 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 35 minutes. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And we remind you to please drive home safely.
partnership in the main dining hall. It was, for the most part, your typical steady evening, all the way up until two ladies sat in our section. One of the ladies, who is the Karen of the story, obviously had a little bit too much to drink. In fact, she was red in the face and she was drunk and giggling. During the dinner, the two ladies were having a great time. They were smiling, they were laughing, they were enjoying themselves, and they were actually quite pleasant to wait on. The two ladies finished their dinner and left without any incident happening. Phil and I continued working for about 20 to 30 minutes.
Risser in his second season, batting sixth in today's lineup. And he's won a Silver Slugger in the American League. Pitch. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second down with nobody out.
Just so sound in his mechanics. He hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
First and second, no outs. Here's the left fielder, Taylor Ward. At the belt fires. Right side. And that's a base hit. They won't test it here. Bases loaded, no outs.
Now, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back and let the ball get beat.
Bases loaded, nobody out. Here's the Yankees catcher now, Austin Wells. All loaded up here at the top of the second. Bounce to the right side. He gets there on his side. Feed to second, that's one. They complete the double play with a run scores. It's 1-0.
It's always great when you can add a run. In this situation, with the bases loaded, double play is kind of a rally killer.
So a runner at third, two men out. And here's the first baseman, Ryan Noda.
I know we're still early in the stages of this game, but this at-bat has the potential of being a difference maker. You've got to stay calm in the box.
2 outs. Swing and a miss. And that's strikeout number 100 on the year. A run on 2 hits, and they lead 1. Down to the bottom of the second. Now batting Keith Ryan Hayes. When you talk about a elite defensive third baseman, this guy's at the top of the list.
Stud. When you look at players like this, you play that hot corner. Got to be pretty courageous over there with the way balls come off the bat. That's the kind of guy that every year you expect to be in the All-Star game and have a Gold Glove, if not a Platinum Glove.
2 on, 1 out. On the ground right side. 4, 6, 3, and the inning is over.
Pitcher made the pitch, and his players made the play behind him. Nice job. 4-6-3 inning, and double play.
The ego's on the field. He's so gone. Cerebral palsy, preso long. Sunny young dog. To ego's long. Cadillac with a ladder rack in the back, with a crack decks on the backpack full of packs on the black sack of a knapsack and the flask of the cat and the jack ends.
Ground ball scooped up, Keith Ryan Hayes.
I don't want to pass on you.
And that is Here's Rowdy Gillette.
On Friday I met you. Saturday I'll probably forget you. Yes, that's the army here next to. What's in the fucking mind here next to?
Grounder might be
2-2.
Tosses the first, and there's your juice.
Testing.
He's doing a nice job of keeping the ball.
If you don't like it, either come to your jaw breaks to the talking like you the rock in the park place like a soft score in the car face. If you're watching your heart race like a scar face in a car case, if the cops are in our gates, the sign of the car face like a star face. Stop in the star face when I'm then driving them off crazy.
He'll take a jog around the bases. His latest homer in an incredible season. It's 4-0. He only needed one swing to square it up.
Not wasting any time in that mode. Aggressive and it paid off.
To a graveyard pen with verses, just like you're doing on the mattress.
Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate and he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. Circled right to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Begins the sleeping for the
And
weekend.
welcome back to the
Take to my
ballpark.
star.
Bottom of the inning. Here's the center fielder, Jack Schwinski. Right hander kicks deep. On the ground is short.
Like a nosedive. Cooking side chicks, came side with the slide with the rich. I
A
bitch.
dive. He's got it. Throw to first, but he beats it out. And the leadoff man is out with an empty sixth.
This is great work by the shortstop. He makes the throw, makes the dive after the dive. Just wasn't able to get it in time. I love how much he played that play. And on the other side, he was really giving his all down the line as well. Nice placement right there.
And a pitch. On the ground, 2-ball. Glove flip for one. And that's two. One down. The batter had to be the shortstop, Colton Risser. He's already avoided this game.
I said no, I spit this song to him. It goes, I can't understand.
Swing and pops straight on. Catcher tosses the mask, settles under, puts it away for the out. 2 away.
Now batting, left fielder, Taylor.
Which I can make
It has become increasingly difficult to throw a complete game shutout because of all of the offensive prowess that these hitters are showing around the league today. But he had total command. This game, he saw all the way through to the end. Nice whistle.
Of the day I sleep when you get the tea in me. I never let you cocksuckers eat me. I need to be a motherfucking pizzeria. But you ain't getting no cheese from me. With no Caesars, real cheeses, being dirt poured, filthy rich. I still need it like a realtor. That's real T bitch. At the mad bitch, won't cancel it. Without fire, Ray stamps it with my cold parts. Hit a phone guard. Yeah, got a whole squad yelling, no guard. Here comes Marshall with no cold guard. Bitch, I'm a hurricane. You're a blow hard. Like an old broad. You're gonna see me like a coast guard. And life's been pretty to me so far. For the most part, I'm running the polo cart. The soul charges. Gotta keep fires like cold bars. There's some odd. Some 40 volts down. That 5 volts hard. 3 up on me like I'm a choke guard. I'll be in the fart. But you don't want no parts of each don't start. Simmer down and pump yourself. I ain't nowhere. I'm constantly because I'm out with the cabins and I'm so long.
Pirates thank you for attending tonight's
I'm
game.
sitting on cotton, on proximity, getting cold cotton. My enemies, I'm a chimney, give me the smoke out. And all I need is me, fun. And it don't stop, and I know that. What the fuck you say? I told y'all it ain't me, it's not all to me.
The two ladies were having a great time. They were smiling, they were laughing, they were enjoying themselves, and they were actually quite pleasant to wait on. The two ladies finished their dinner and left without any incident happening. Phil and I continued working, but about 20 to 30 minutes later, the drunk Karen returns. She walks right up to me and says to me, "My purse is missing." I replied to her by saying, "Well, no one has sat at the table you and your friend were at since you left, so maybe let's go over there and see if you left your purse behind." I started looking around the table, and it's right about then that the drunk Karen starts shouting at me, "Don't you look for my purse there." Now this startled me as it happened all of a sudden, and after a moment of being a deer caught in the headlights, I go on to ask what she's talking about. I say to her, "Ma'am, this is where you and your friend ate your dinner. If you don't want me to look for your purse here, then where should I be looking?" This entitled Karen then makes it
Had inside that first baseman's mitt.
I can't be canceled, there's no way that you can stop me. Only independent is no label when you trust me. I'll be starting to really help me with some. Yeah.
Oviedo back to work. Bounced to third. Slides to the
I like to
stop.
speak
Straight to the
Precise skills on this one.
I can't cancel me for the fact that you're mad and weak. Go ahead and tell the world I'm ugly and racist. I braid my hair and I don't care about cultural appropriation. I won't forget no bitch in the ghetto. There's no Caucasian. Still I loved every single one of my neighbors. How's a man say I'm clickbait? If he gonna use this space to get clicks on his page, y'all hypocrites are made. But I ain't tripping about these bullies that ain't 6th grade in the West and this one trying to sell a couple of these hates. I'm not afraid. Take my face to my name. Paste it on the front page. I'm already famous. You'll never change it. My name. Your claims will take it away. My rhyme, wait, the way my rhyme fix. Try to quantify to find me. Till the time give me the odds when it's your fire. See my bridge. I do what I want. Get out of the Gucci or Louis Vuitton. Out of my car, out of my crib. I do not want that's for free. That's for rap. Should ask you to publish their beats for free. Pretend that I'm ready. I am not playing it safe. Said what I said. Shit.
That is the inning, and they let it go that day. So new inning getting started. Stepping in for the A's, Cole Risser. Oviedo back to Cole. On the mound now, Cruz. Jump throw. On target, but got it. Nice play.
Good slider inside.
Cole Risser stepping in now for the A's. He's got power. Great contact. His contact hitters in the game. This one in the air.
I'm great. They spoke my name to mostly hate. I don't complain. I wait. I'm total focused soldier. Wrote the art of war on every page. I'm numb to all the dumbness. Smoke the back.
And then makes an accusation that truly caught me off guard. She said to me, "You and that other waiter touched it, and I want it back right now."
Do exactly the same. Maybe even push a little further. Get yourself a sweep. You know, the fans are going to be behind this ball. They've been playing really well. These players, you can tell, they feel the energy. These fans bring to the ballpark.
Here now is our final line for this afternoon. First for the victorious Pirates, 8 runs, 10 hits, 1 error, 9 runners on base. For the Yankees, 2 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors. They left 10 runners on base.
Alright, I'm getting tired. A little bit, Jen. Oh. Shit. I don't really care.
Now, when she said this, I was stunned, but I promptly responded by saying, "Ma'am, we did not take your purse. Is it possible that you might have left it in your cabin?" But when I said this really upset this entitled Karen, and she snapped back. She said to me, "How dare you ask me such a stupid question? I would know if I left my purse in my cabin. I know you took it, and I want it back right now." With her screaming, anyone and everyone could hear her, and they were now looking at us. Phil rushes over to try and calm her down, while I went to find the restaurant manager. I filled him in on what was going on, and while walking back towards Phil in the front door, I warned him. I said to him, "If you do not ask her if she left her purse in the cabin." I did, and it only made her angry. The manager is a woman. He told me he had to ask her that. As this is obligation of questioning what he had to do in this situation. Sure enough, this entitled Karen had been more angry when he asked her that question. So now we had a full-scale investigation on our hands. Our section had to be closed down. The passengers dining in our area were inconveniently moved to other sections of the restaurant, and the security team had to come in and question all of us. And this drunk, entitled Karen got even more angry. The security team asked her if she left her purse in her cabin. After the questioning, the security team split up. Some went to look for the entitled Karen's friend for additional questioning, while the rest of them went to look over the security footage. They told us that this will take some time, since there are multiple cameras that overlapped our section, and they had to review not only the dinner, but the 20 to 30 minutes after the dinner, when the entitled Karen and her friend left the restaurant, all the way up to when she returned to see if we had stolen the purse.
And first offering is fouled off.
You know, these Yankees showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. They've worked 3 walks already, so that proves they're not anxious up there. They're sticking to their game plan, and it's working.
Nobody out, runner at first. To short, 2. Bichette, off balance,
Now back.
Runners on the corners, one gone. Here's the speed threat, hammering even.
Can't get nothing.
On the ground right side. That's a base
Why
hit,
did you-
run scores.
Why did you let that go past you?
Well, that was one of those high percentage advantage counts.
I swear, dude.
Averages are just so much higher. Not much to this one, other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team
Looking like idiots out there doing that shit, dude. They're kind of what the hell?
3 and the inning is over. But they push across one run. 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Yankees 5 and the Blue Jays 1.
The batter, the shortstop, Colton Risser.
not the easiest thing when you're talking about a guy that's, perhaps is going to be in the rotation, or maybe a long relief guy to not start an inning, come into an inning with pressure on it and get yourself comfortable.
Dude.
Springer makes the grab on the run.
Now batting, the left fielder, Taylor.
And stepping in for the Yankees, Colton Risser, 1 for 3. Calling for the intentional walk, and that loads up the bases. And the force play is now in.
Left fielder,
So the bases are loaded here, one gone. Next to hit, Taylor.
Yeah, America's the place where your dreams come true. We don't care about your race. Someone talk about the air, it's not that smile on the face. What the fuck, you know what? Not this thing. What's up, come on in. Come on in. Yo, it's far as here, it's not the world you like. For the people don't see tears, we blaze. Let's taste this is a game that can really get in the black. People fix it up for here, and see that the next state of our country like it's a day. This is a very good time to let them hear it all together. Come on in here, come on, nobody, come on. We don't want you to taste like Obama, we don't like Obama. Let's touch the bitch, Big Mike on the LA show, we know that. Stop trying to fuck with this. No, hide it from the lies you helped destroy beside Biden. Inflated gas prices, rent we can't provide it. Can't fix the problem when you fix the problem. It's a fact. You're lying, and how's your bank account grow when the rest of bars are dying corrupt? Yeah, Trump was doing great, y'all interrupted. Y'all have cheated your way into his place. You gave us nothing whole time, kept a smile on your face. When people suffer, they don't need no basis. Shit running this country. Come on, come on in. Come on in.
19 years old, and he's the only overseas in the American League. Now he brings it back.
Step the borders, for the criminals. Come on, here, it's all been patient. Seen the past all for now, sure. On the shield, y'all fall in the pits of sick. And then all I'm saying is your whole administration done the damage. Now the whole world just sees the United States of embarrassment. Talking about your ball and getting help, but bitch, I'm not hearing it. What she done so far with this country? Hey, I'm just curious. While mine is making speechless ass speeches. Are you serious? Everything y'all do is hurt the sport. Come on in. Come on in, let's what you do the last 4 years is kissing deep, baby. Come on in here, let's let the borders rise. Before the criminals and terrorists, we make it straight. Get a swing in the mix and get the black people. That's the third to second. There's no more really personal play.
As a former player, it's such an exciting play, and it's always a great reminder of baseball being such a team sport.
So 2 down, and now for the Jays. Alejandro. Third down. So they need help
straight to the tyrant. I know you
Swings
trying to
through that one for
expect
strike
you a
one.
They can
dictator.
let one
Demand the
score
thing,
all
energy,
game and get a
what you
run
could
chasing,
manage.
but
All
it's
these
just too
people
much
want to run
velocity
these
for them
barrels
to
and
get
it's
down
dinosaurs
in
for
the
me.
zone.
They don't need cows and there's a lot of them.
On
Now
the
you
pitch
ain't
count.
trying to hurt the
Looking to
whole
fill up
economy.
those
I'm
outer
putting
zones
soul in the
more. His
gym, I want us to
command has
buy
been
race.
on
Joe,
par
first
for him
president
in
of the
the
United
recent
States, but the new
seasons.
state the
His
most
outside
popular. That's what you
disbursements are
need.
exactly what he
Yeah,
needs
why
for
you
the
ready to
Rays.
rate sending your
Headed
losing
down the
your bases and
line.
blaming
Springer
unvaccinated people dying
through.
lives under
Joe
body down in the
Springer
basement.
to
Smoking rain,
second.
busy building your base.
And
That's
that's
your
the
son, right?
third.
Why you never
One
talk
out
about the
in the
millions they made
seventh.
overseas and brought it back to the
Ruthers
States? All them truckers
is
going
one.
coast.
And the change
Come
is
on, ain't no Bill better fuck you Obama. Fuck all them Clintons and fuck 92. If it's that smoke, man, they have a fuck 82. Say it with me now.
here's the shortstop at the plate. Colton Grissom. Morgan. Then here's Riley Jennings. He answered. They traded for him earlier this year. Hit on the ground, ball 2. On the line, Riley. And that's 2.
Don't tell me you don't see it. Turn off the news, don't tell me you
Back
believe
in the
it.
brush. New inning starts. And now it's Dusty
Let's
Barsha.
it's how I feel about your mandates. I ain't getting no
Looking to
bags,
keep
I
the
ain't
tying
playing no
run
bags.
on
Walking through the
base.
stores, trying to bother
On the
me, I'm
ground
like,
at
beat
short,
your ass. I see a
Grissom.
lot of
On
books,
the
now I ain't gonna
move,
shit
headed
for
to
hands. All the
first.
spades,
It's
spades, I think
there.
this
There's a
ain't no
break
fight. No, I'm
play.
touched off
Such a
shit that
great
just for
feeling when
regular
teams can
rap.
rely
But
on
I'm
their
really
shortstops
proud.
to make a
Oh,
play like
God,
that.
I'm really
But
come
to his
down to a
offense, when
ball.
Springer great pitchers do it in this system, and you just saw it here. Each pitcher just trying to outdo the other, go a little bit deeper into the ball game, and for these pitchers, it really came down to a few key at bats. This was a fun one to watch.
Stolen the purse, but they assured her that if we did steal it, they would see it in the footage. So now it's just the restaurant manager, one security guard, this drunk entitled Karen, Phil, and myself waiting around in our empty section for the security team to finish their investigation. The manager and the security officer did a good job of keeping this entitled Karen calm for a while, but she eventually lost her patience and she started to scream. Why is this taking so long? I know those two stole my purse.
11 runners on base. Time of the ball game.
And I want it back right now. If you delay any longer, I will call the cops, and I will have them on board to arrest those two, and I'm gonna sue this cruise liner. Upon hearing this, Phil had had enough, and he started yelling back at this entitled Karen. I even pulled him off to the side to try and calm him down, but he just gets upset at me and starts to say, "How can you be so calm right now? That lady is threatening to call the cops and have us arrested. Are you in the least bit worried that we're gonna be going to jail?" So I told him, why would we be worried? We did not steal her purse. The security
Here's
team will
Kiermaier.
verify this when they finish looking over the security footage. The purse will be found somewhere and everything will be fine, so we have nothing to worry about. Now, this did little to no good calming Phil down, so I decided to change tactics, and I said to him, think of it this way, we are both still on the clock, and we're getting paid right now to stand around and do nothing, while we wait for the security team to finish their investigation. Think of it like we're getting an extra paid break during what would otherwise be a standard busy dinner shift. Well, Phil did not find this amusing, and he yelled back at me and saying, why are you
Fuck,
taking
damn it, I
this
missed it.
serious?
God damn
You're
it.
going to jail and you're making jokes. Don't you have any pride? Where's your integrity?
Just as
So
simple
Phil is
about
yelling at
Fucking
me,
bullshit,
and
there's no way I
Karen
missed
is
that.
yelling at all of
The
us.
lucky
Phil is
shortstop,
yelling back at
Colton
this entitled
Grissom.
Karen, and things are getting out of
Back in the
hand.
foul ball.
Fortunately, a short while later, the entitled Karen's friend walks back into the restaurant with the missing purse in hand. When asked where she found the purse, well, you probably guessed it by now. It was in this drunk entitled Karen's cabin the whole time. I didn't think that this entitled Karen's face could get any more red from the booze she drank and from how angry she was, but she turned 3 shades of red darker from sheer embarrassment. She snatched the purse from her friend's hand and ran out of the restaurant. The friend tried to apologize on the drunk Karen's behalf, but Phil rejected it, and he started yelling. He said, that lady came in here, accused us of stealing her purse, threatened to call the cops and have us arrested. Yet when the purse was found, she runs out of here without apologizing to us first. What an absolute jerk. The restaurant manager knew that emotionally Phil was in no condition to keep working, so he told him to clock out for the rest of the night to calm down. and that he can drop back in the next day.
He's
It's
loaded
just
the bases.
the manager
And he's
apologizes to
through.
me.
And
This
an
might be closed out
incredible
procedure for
lead.
our section on my own. I had no
He
problem with
was
this,
playing
since
his
when I
part
was
up.
done, I would be clocking off about an hour earlier than
Aggressive
usual.
and
As I was
advanced.
finishing up, the manager calls me into his office and says to me, "I want to thank you for how you handled the situation
Clearly some
earlier tonight.
frustration out
You
there
were
on the mound
calm and
right now.
collected,
I mean, that
while
ball
Phil
was
was
so
losing
close
his
to
cool.
going
But please
foul.
don't
One
think I
more
was
strike
rewarding
right
Phil by
there.
letting him off
That's
early
what
for
you
his
want to
bad
do.
behavior. He acted like the
Ready now
experienced
in the
front
fifth
waiter,
inning.
while he
Now for
acted like the
James
immature
Felton of
back
our
waiter.
show.
He wasn't in the right mindset to continue
It
working
feels like
tonight,
we
and
might
I
be
promise
headed
in the
towards
next week or two, I will find a night to give you off as a reward for how you responded to the situation." The entitled drunk Karen never returned to the main hall to apologize in person, but she did write an apology letter, which she had her friend deliver on her behalf. Phil was still incredibly angry and wanted to tear up the letter in a horrible rage. This time, though, I managed to calm him down and convinced him to be the bigger man and just accept the letter. It may not be the apology that he wanted, but in the end, we are still receiving an apology. And considering the person we're dealing with, I think that's going to be the best we're probably going to get. What an absolute scumbag that entitled Karen was. She held up everybody at that restaurant. She made everybody move from their section, and she
Rain
basically
delay.
threatened the
Weather
entire
goes up,
restaurant with a
Chris.
lawsuit,
Yeah, you
as
got to
well
be
as getting
very
these two
pay
waiters
attention to
arrested.
the weather
And
and
it was all
exactly in this
literally
game.
over nothing.
The moment
That's
it
the
becomes
worst part
dangerous, I
about
think,
it.
is
I
just
think
the
if I was in
consequences
that
that come
situation, I
with
would have
it.
been upset like
Into the
Phil. Someone's gonna try and have
outfield.
me arrested
So the
all
count
because
back
you
to the
get dumped
top
in
of the
over the
order.
verses. Like, no thank you. I'm absolutely gonna be upset, and I'm gonna let this lady know exactly what's up. I mean, that's some truly entitled behavior if you ask me. And the fact that she didn't have the guts to go
He beats it out, and it's first and second on the infield single. Catcher coming out to check him.
apologize
It
in
looked like he
person, but
got out
instead
of
had
his
to write a
bag.
note and have her
So you
friend
feel like
deliver
that
it,
might be
truly
getting
shows
over
how
him
much of a
there.
jerk this lady was. So thankfully, this lady never came back. Because dealing with someone like this, who makes such blatant false accusations against you and your coworker, is something that no one should
And now
ever
the
have to do.
runs, ready
If
to
you
go
like
for the
Am I the
last
Jerk,
half of
you're
the inning.
probably
The
going to
batter
love
will be the
Am I the
shortstop,
Genius.
Colton
Check it out, link down
Rister.
below in the description. My girlfriend refuses to make any kind of compromise when making any kind of
Everyone
plans for
finds
a
the
holiday,
zone.
and things have gotten
It really feels like we might be running out of time before a rain delay is called. This rain is not letting up.
Yeah, and if we do get a delay, the unfortunate thing is the clock's going to start ticking on these pitchers, and they won't be able to keep their arm.
I'm gonna play one more and I'm going to bed.
Arms on forever. If it's a long break, and you're going to have to exit this game a little early.
He's uploading.
Foul ball still 0-2. The wide pitch. That one is absolutely belted. Caught just shy of the wall.
What?
Two outs. Runner on first.
That was not called. That should have gone out. Okay, yeah. I'll call bullshit.
Out to short. Gathers and throws to first. And that is that. So they pick up a run on 2 hits, no errors, and inning numbers. And it's scored position of 2 away. Colton Rister stepping in now for the Yankees. This one driven deep, way back there, and it's gone. We are tied.
That one went out. What you get for trying to? That's what you get for trying to drop to cheat me out of a home run.
This place is absolutely buzzing right now. You can feel the energy all the way up here in our broadcast booth.
We weren't sure it would ever land, and 460 feet later, it finally did as we get a look at StatCast.
Well, a
Well,
Statcast was
Statcast was
invented for
invented for
home
home
runs
runs
just
just
like
like
this
this
one, and
one,
he
and he
had
had
some
some
ridiculous bat speed on that swing, man. Everything was synced up.
Back in the
Back in the
Bronx,
Bronx,
we
we
go to
go
the
to the
eighth.
eighth.
Here's
Here's
George
George
Springer.
Springer.
He's a
He's a
bad ball
bad ball
hitter,
hitter,
so
so
even if you
even if
get
you
him to
get him to
chase
chase
pitches
pitches
outside the
outside the
zone, he
zone, he
still
still
might
might
beat you.
beat you.
Not an
Not an
easy out
easy
by
out
any
by any
means.
means.
I need to charge my controller. It's gonna die if I keep doing it. Just
Up the
doing
middle,
stuff.
Rister.
Rister.
In
In
plenty of
plenty of
time at
time at
first.
first,
That
that
takes
takes
care of
care of
Springer.
Springer.
Those
Those
plays can
plays
be
can be
One
one
down.
down.
Dalton
Dalton
Varsho
Varsho
next up
next
for the
up for
Blue
the Blue
Jays.
Jays.
Looking to
Looking
get
at
the
the
tying
tying
run
run
on
on
base.
base.
Hit
Hit
hard on the
hard on the
ground to
ground to
short.
short.
Tosses
Tosses
across the
the
first.
first.
Play
Play
is
is
made.
made
Two
to
out.
Fastball right down the middle.
Usually
Usually
a
a lot of
damage
damage
done
done
with
with
that
that
pitch.
pitch.
A
A
hard
hard
grounder,
grounder,
but
but
he
he wanted
wanted
to
to
get
get
that
that
ball in
ball in
the
the
air,
air,
maybe
maybe
drive it
drive it
into
into
the
the
gap.
gap.
Nice
Nice
sweep in
sweep in
this
this
series,
series,
and
and
you
you
continue
continue
playing
playing
at
at
home.
home.
Everything
Everything
feels
feels
good.
We'll
good.
do one more. Ugh. Fuck.
Live
Live
from
from
Yankee
Yankee
Stadium
Stadium
in the
in the
Bronx.
Bronx.
Two of the
Two of the
best
best
teams
teams
in the
in the
game
game
square
square
off.
off.
It's the
It's the
Texas
Texas
Rangers
Rangers
going up
going up
against the
against
New
the New
York
York
Yankees.
Yankees.
Joined by
Joined
my
by my
partner,
partner,
Chris
Chris
Singleton,
Singleton.
I'm
I'm
John
John
Shelby.
Shelby.
Now,
Now,
both
both
sides,
sides,
And
this
this
game
now,
game
really
really
matters
matters
as the
as the
postseason is
postseason is
approaching.
approaching.
Well, at
Well,
this
at this
point of the
point of
year,
the year,
players are a
players are
little
a
bit
little bit
tired, but
tired,
you've
but
got
you've
to
got to
find a
Here,
way
find
to
hanging out,
dig
don't know what to
deeper
do.
and bring
Here's what
out your
happened.
best.
So my
With so
girlfriend
much
and I live in the
opportunity
United
to create
Kingdom,
much
and we have been
opportunity.
together for the past 2 years. Last year, we went on our
Out
first
left
holiday
field,
abroad together, and it was
Rister
really
will hit
fun.
next.
Before the holiday, we had different ideas of the type of holiday that we would like. I preferred more city holiday, where we could look around somewhere, but my girlfriend preferred beach
And left
holidays,
field,
where we would
base
do
hit.
nothing and
That
just
keeps these two
relax.
alive.
Well, I did not like the idea of this, since I don't see the point of going abroad just to relax.
From start to end, on time with everything, really good balance, nice extension, and he met it out front for a line drive gone.
the
JD
designated
Martinez
hitter,
stands in.
Martinez.
Runner on the move. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. And we're back. And here's Corey Seager to hit.
The shortstop.
All
All
around, I
around,
think
I
if
think
you
if you
asked
asked
anyone in
anyone
this
in this
It seems like a waste of money to me when you could do it at home. We compromised slightly and went to a city with a big beach, but still spent some time looking around. When we got back, my girlfriend admitted that a city break will be better and that she's starting to see
On the
beach
mound,
holidays as being boring. Since November, we've been planning our holiday for this summer. The plan was to travel to 3 cities and spend 10 days exploring what the cities have to offer. We picked one city each and then decided on the third one together. We had picked really cheap places so that we could set a low budget, especially since I'm trying to focus on increasing my savings. days. We were supposed to book everything last weekend, but when it actually came down to it, my girlfriend just said, no, we're not doing that. I would prefer a relaxing holiday in the Caribbean, and then started looking at these resorts. I asked her what was going on, since we had this plan for months now, and she just suddenly changed her mind. I told her that decisions like this need to be discussed, and she just didn't respond to anything I said.
Up to hit.
I think I'm done.
Right-hander kick steals.
Pointed out that the trip she was looking at were way too expensive anyways, since I'm not willing to increase my budget for the trip. Anytime I tried to compromise and suggest somewhere else that we might be able to go, she would just immediately say no without even looking at it. She kept showing me places that just looked so boring for me, since I don't see the appeal of paying a lot of money to just do nothing for a week. I ended up just stopping looking at places that she would pick altogether, and she asked if I was angry, so I told her the truth. I said, yeah, especially because she let me get excited about this trip that I thought we were both going to be excited and willing to go on. But it's clear to me that she had no intention of going, and now expects me to just be fine with somewhere that she picks. I pointed out it's supposed to be a joint decision, yet she seems to think it should be her pick. She just walked out and said, fine, just like we're not going there. Later in the night, she said I was being unfair, and she was only trying to find a nice holiday for the both of us. But I mentioned that we had a nice holiday planned, and that we both agreed to it. So now she's just trying to find one for herself, and expecting me to just agree with it when she knows my
Runner on at first with one gone. Now the number two hitter, Nathaniel Lowe. Gonzalez Diaz. Ground ball left side could be two. Throws to first in time.
The bat, number 5, shortstop, Corey.
So 2 away. Colton Risser digs in now.
Went down looking. Bit of strategy here. They
Kind of holidays she suggested. I said if we actually want to go away, we need to find a compromise. Since there's no way I'm spending a week just laying by a pool or on a beach, because honestly that does not sound fun to me. But it's clear to me that she doesn't actually want to look around anywhere. She does not want a full holiday experience that both of us could enjoy. And she blatantly just said that if we go away, it has got to be a relaxing holiday. This is all honestly so incredibly frustrating, and I seriously don't know what to do.
And here it comes. Hit hard to the ground to short. Whips it across. First out in the top of the 8th.
Fastball going right down the middle. Usually a lot of damage done with that pitch. A hard grounder, but he wanted to get that. It's always nice to grab the opener of a series. You come into a new ballpark, and just sometimes things aren't as comfortable as what you've been used to. The mound doesn't look straight. The background isn't what you like, but they didn't let any of those things distract them. In fact, it looked like they were playing a home game. Excellent job to set the tone for the series.
The final line score for our ball game tonight. For the victorious Rangers, 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They left 13 runners on base. For the Yankees, 3 runs on 10 hits, 1 error, and 11 runners left on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 2 minutes. Our paid attendance here tonight at Yankee Stadium, 47,309. The Yankees thank you for attending and remind you to please get home safely.
Colton Risser getting ready to hit.
For the Yankees, the shortstop, Colton Risser.
Malley.
Oh shit! I just realized I messed up my song. Okay. I was wondering why I couldn't hear it.
To work. And a foul ball. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Left fielder stuck up there. And they boost their lead. It's 3-1.
With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges to hit your spots.
And welcome back. To the ballpark. New inning getting started. And here is Nathaniel Lowe. Out to short. Tosses across the first. One up, one down. And a foul ball. Torres off of first with two away.
Oh, my bullet.
That one ripped. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they add to the lead. It's 5-1.
Just an excellent swing all the way around. Had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got to pitch the drive, short to the base when he started off, and the backspin very well.
So the lineup flips over. Here's Leody Taveras.
Leody Taveras.
On the ground to short. Risser. Tosses to first. They don't come much closer than that. Bang, play, and again. So they get 3 runs on 2 hits, including the homer. No errors, and no one left on. On now to the bottom of the 4th. It's the Yankees 5 and the Rangers 4. Done it. 30 years old now. A former first-round pick back in 2016. And that one fouled off.
You know, these Yankees putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the start of early, get him out of the game before he set fans. So I'd say
this one swung on and he went way back there. And he's going. That's his 3rd home run of the game. It's 9-6. Singing he's been red hot.
yeah, another good swing of the bat for him. Man, he is really seeing the ball down on this one. He's putting on quite the show with condition. This one, he's just locked in with the swing. He's just missing a 3-home game. So special.
So first and second with one gone. Here's Nathaniel Lowe. The 1-1. Grounder might be 2. Over to Torres. Double play. What a killing game. So no runs here to the base.
Ah, shit. Lift it up. Damn it. Let me do that.
With his first major league win.
Yeah, nicely done.
I need to do that.
Good about that and get the ball first trophy case as he should. Start he won't ever forget.
Our final line first one.
So digging in, Risser. And a pitch. Crushed. Left center field. This one's deep. Forget it. A gigantic play. That's his fourth run of the season. That one hammered left field. Way back there. Another homer. He's done it. Again, his second homer of the game. And they tack one on the board. It's 4-0.
Man, he just barely got that one out of here, and you gotta love the effort it left to try and bring it back. He had a good shot.
So one out with Joe Board. Taylor Walls stepping in for the Rangers. Ground ball right side. There's one. Back to first for two, and that'll do it. Another inning. These two offenses can put up runs in a hurry. He swings and fouls one off. Risser goes 6 feet 3 inches, 230 pounds, and he's won a Silver Slugger in the American League. Fouled off left side.
See it? Strike it. Let's go, kid.
And that one hammered. Chrome going back. And he's gone yard again. His third home run of the game, and they add a couple more. It's 7-0. Singy, the ball is jumping off his bat.
Yes, it is. Tons of loud contact. Man, it's been impressive. He's putting on quite the show with the dish. Here's this one. He's just so locked in with this swing, and he's just not missing right now. 3 homers.
Man at first with one gone, and down the shortstop, Corey Seager.
Corey Seager.
Bounced up the middle.
Damn it, dude. How do you miss?
Lead runner touches second.
I could have got that.
And they'll have runners at
No, I
the
should have.
for a one-out single.
Everything came together for him.
Back at Yankee
You got thrown it to me.
Stadium, now it's the shortstop, Colton Risser. Chris, baseball today, so many strikeouts, and they are available to pitchers. But this is a guy that puts the bat on the ball and is kind of different from the players that we see day in, day out. And that's to the left, base hit. Throws to second, around first, headed for
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Fuck.
Tag,
Damn it.
Scramble back in.
These players just want to keep it rolling right now. You win this series, you win another team coming in, and you want to do exactly the same. Maybe even push a little further, get yourself a sweep. You know the fans are going to be behind this club. They've been playing really well.
And now it's the Mental Show update with your correspondent, Jennifer Duval.
Oh, I'm tired. I'm gonna do one more and I'm going to bed.
Try to think fast, but never could outwit us. The only thing that you Many styles to go with, and my competition all the while be hoping that I quit. The pain like ibuprofen, I can't you see that the crowd is open? I mean, mouths is open, hands in the air.
Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us. Interleague Baseball on MLB The Show.